Picture It Los Angeles 2026.
Oh my God. Welcome to Out on the Lanai, the only Golden Girls podcast you'll ever need to listen to. I'm HAlanScott / Sadie Pines.
I'm Kerri Doherty. Welcome back, Kerri. And today we're bringing you another Golden Rewind, where we go back and rewatch our favorite episodes of The Golden Girls and offer new insights since we first started breaking down these episodes way back in 2014. And it's time to crank up your hearing aid and jump into B.E.D. with Blanche, because we just rewatched Season 7, Episode 1. Hey, look me over.
You know what's funny is because you and I text as often as we do, like the people listening or watching, listening, however you partake in this podcast, you of course get us once a week, and that's all you get really from us is once a week. And yet with you and I, the week to week is just I don't know, like it's every day. I don't understand, like, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
you never are not here. It's like you never
Right.
are not a part of the week's equation.
To be clear, when I say so excited to be back, I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to our lovely listeners.
Yes. But I'm giving an insight into for everyone at home that it's not like Kerri and I, this is the only time in the week that her and I get together. You know what I mean? Well, whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, no, we talk. It's so funny. I've been thinking of you because I need new makeup, and I was like, I wonder if HAlan would meet me at Sephora at the mall near my house. So the next time you go,
let's make a plan.
Okay, let's make a plan, because it would be great to see you in person, because I haven't seen you in person for a minute. But yes,
true,
we do text every day.
Yes. So yeah. But we should make that happen. Oh my God, how are you? Is everyone still sick?
No, we're good. Everybody's good. Yeah. Little baby Coco is like, she's laughing, and she's such a cute little baby. And Oreo's doing good. Everybody's doing pretty good.
I do have to say, so this past weekend, Michael and I and his sisters came to town because it was one of his sister's birthdays. And so we had
Feliz
happy
cumpleaños.
birthday, Maria. And we had a nice little weekend of just sort of adventures, and we stayed at Disney, and we stayed at Disneyland Hotel, and we did the whole thing. We had the meal. Yeah, they did the whole thing. Anyway, and so it's kind of it's very apropos that we are doing the episode that we're doing today, because over the weekend Michael got a Polaroid camera, and I had my Instax or whatever it's called camera that I have, the one that is sort of like the other Polaroid. And we were taking, there were lots of what is it called? I'm blanking on the word, but where the picture, like what happens in this episode, what is the phrase called for the
double exposure.
Double exposure. So we were taking a lot of double exposure pictures over the weekend, and there was one that Michael took of me that is perhaps one of the best pictures of me ever, and I will show it right now. If you're watching this, you can see it, and it's like a double exposure.
Wow.
Image. Yeah, there you go.
I love that.
It's like a Polaroid. Whatever. You can just go and watch it. You know how the internet works.
It's cool. I love that. That looks like a beautiful portrait.
I know. And so we were taking lots of double exposure pictures, which is oddly, I was thinking about this, like, as I was watching the episode, the whole premise for this episode is something that just, it's like the movie The Ring. You know what I mean? Like, the premise would not exist today. It just would not. It's like so foreign to so many people, the concept of a double exposure picture and printing pictures, that this is probably lost on an entire generation.
Well, sure. Absolutely. Like, if you were to put our generation, which is wild because we're only 22, side by side with 22-year-olds, you know, and you'd say, okay, mime taking a picture, they would hold up a phone, like, and press a button, and we would hold up a point and click camera.
Yeah. Or if like you do this, call me. I don't know what they would do.
Your fingers up. If you you do like hang 10 fingers.
What would their
theirs would be holding
be?
The phone. It would be like
text me, and they're just pounding their text
Or
me.
they would just hold like they're holding a phone. They would just have like
Voice
a I feel
voice
so
note
bad for
me.
people just listening to this and not
No,
watching
they
because
get
you
it.
and
They
I are doing a lot
follow.
of
Voice note me, and it's just holding the phone. How do you voice note, by the way? Do you, because I've noticed that, I think, I don't know, younger people, which means teenagers listening, both of you, how you how, like, I feel like our generation, we do voice notes, because you and I
Yes,
voice note quite
I do it
often.
all the time.
I do it all the time. And but when do you just walk around and, like, do you do this? Do you hold the phone like a traditional, like you would traditionally hold the phone? Or do you,
No, I
like,
hold it like
do it to the
this. I
you do
hold
it
it
to the
like I'm gonna eat it
bottom?
like a hoagie.
You do it to the bottom like yeah, exactly. Like you're eating a
Yeah,
hoagie or you're eating a pizza slice or something.
yeah,
It's like from the bottom. But, like, you don't need to do that. I've
I
learned.
know, but
You
that
don't, this is not the only place where the voice can be picked up. Like, it's so funny to me that our inclination, and our entire generation's inclination, no matter if we're driving or anything, we have to hold the phone up and put our mouth to it so that we
well, I
know
don't
we're
put my
being
mouth
heard.
right on it. But I hold it in that
You just hold it
direction. Yeah,
up. Yeah, you
yeah,
just hold it up.
yeah.
Yeah, so
You know what
funny.
else is funny about this episode, which is like also you could say this about so many movies, but
Mhm.
it's like if they had just looked at like 2 more photos,
I
there wouldn't
know.
have been an issue.
Just
Like
like just a little bit more.
if they had just
Because
flipped through a
wouldn't
couple more pictures,
if
none
you
of
were
this would have they would have immediately been like, "Oh, it's double exposure." Da
I
da 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 da, and then the episode's over.
I low key get why Rose didn't look at more photos. I get that.
Sure.
But I curiosity, definitely in Blanche, certainly in Dorothy, would be like, "Oh, I wonder what else she did. What else she photographed
Mhm.
with Charlie." And so you wanna go to the next picture to see what it is, and apparently nobody did that.
No, that
Ano
definitely
wait.
feels like something that Sophia would have done. Like, Sophia
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
would have, like, ran to the bathroom, like, a little sneakily, and then she would have looked through them
That got me
and
thinking, this might be a Rusty Anchor happy hour conversation, but, like, how would the girls, because I think about this with, like, technology sometimes. How would the girls use an iPhone? Like, how would they like, there, because my mom, when my mom is on a FaceTime, I sometimes have to tell her, just you just have to look at your phone. You don't have to hold
Mhm.
the phone up to your ear when we're on a FaceTime. You don't have
Mhm.
to do this when we're on a FaceTime, because the thing, I'm getting the ceiling, I'm getting your ear, I'm getting whatever.
Mhm.
So, like, it makes me wonder which one of the girls. I feel like Blanche would be actually, Blanche and Dorothy, I feel like would be, well, maybe we should save it. Maybe we should save it for Rusty Anchor Happy Hour.
All right, let's save it for us to anchor happy hour.
But
I
I think that's a
also
fun thing.
it's
And
a
which one
fun
would have
thing
an
to imagine,
Android
like,
and which
what
one would have an
oh
iPhone?
god. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dorothy would have an Android, and she
You
would be
think?
so happy. Yes,
No.
because she would be so happy not to be on, like, group chain texts, because you know she would
Oh,
mute those
yeah.
immediately if she had an
I have
iPhone.
one friend, I have to say, friend of the pod, Brandy Barber. We love her to death. Love, love, love Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
We love Brandy, but of our friend group, it's me, Elliot, and her, and, like, whatever, that's her. Anyway, she's the only one of us that has stuck in the green. That is in the green. That is just,
Mhm.
she's just perpetually in the green. And we had this the other day because Elliot whatever. I was doing a favor for Elliot and I was taking over some stuff to Elliot. And Brandy and I were going to go over to Elliot's place and just to hang out and talk and, watch YouTube, because we're millennials and it's what we do. And on the television, though, not on our phones. And as I'm going over, I realized, because I was talking about, I was like, "Did you not get my voice note?" And then I remembered, oh, I can't send her any voice notes. Like, I
Mhm.
can't. Oh, for quite literally, I think, years, I've been sending this woman voice notes,
That's
and
so funny.
it has been going to nowhere. Some android robot in the universe is listening to my rants to one of my best friends, and it's
Mhm.
just gone in the green. It's just
Yeah,
gone in the
gone in the
green. And
green. It's gone in the green.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of my best friends, I think, has an Android, and we haven't figured out how to FaceTime yet. So,
You
like
can't. You have to, like, Google Chat or something, or, like,
yeah, or, like,
Facebook
download
Message, or
Skype. or something, or
Mm.
Zoom.
You can just do it on
So
Instagram. You can just do it on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Another thing I'm planning on doing for us Anchor Happy Hour, I have to go grab them upstairs, but I love physical photos so much.
Okay.
And
I have some. I brought some back with me from St. Louis, actually,
oh,
when I was last
great.
there. So I could probably bring some of those out and show you some.
Great. Yeah, that's what I want
Yeah.
to do. I found I was visiting home years ago and I found a box of photos from high school and like on my college years.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go grab those for us the Anchor Happy Hour and show you some
Okay, we'll do that today.
embarrassing,
We'll do that
never
today.
before seen photos of my life. So
Wow,
yeah, it'll be a
if
fun
that doesn't
unhinged
make
one
you
today.
wanna subscribe, nothing will.
Yeah.
I do
If
also wanna
seeing
say
if seeing photos of me in a bikini.
Oh, really? Oh, teenage bikini and this is not a good selling point we're making for these for this
No,
Rusty
no, not
Anchor
a
happy hour.
teenager. No, I have college
Okay.
bikini. I won't show high
Thank
school bikini.
God. Thank
I won't
God.
show the
Um,
underage.
so I wanna say too, this episode that we're watching this episode is very apropos because my mother is in a situation where she has been putting off getting a hearing aid, and
Mm.
there are there are times where I will say something like, "So when do you wanna go to the mall?" And her response will be, "What about Hitler?"
Wow, yeah, that was like what Sophia was doing when she was pulling Dorothy's leg.
And it was
Yeah,
so I mean, there are literally moments where and God, I will she can answer me wrong to the end of time, and I will love it. But
love it. Love your
she
mom.
also but also, did you know this is something that makes me very angry, I don't think a lot of people know this, that hearing aids are not covered by what is the one? It's Medicare is what you get when you're 65, right? Medicare, I
Yes.
think. And they're
Thanks
not
for the
yes,
Medicare.
thank you. They're not covered, which was in the last episode, crazy. They're not covered by Medicare.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane? I mean, I could
That's
correct me if
insane.
I'm wrong. I don't want to be spreading misinformation, but this is the conversation I have with my mom. There's like a lot of complications and they're really expensive and if they are covered by Medicare, they make it very very unobtainable and difficult for people to get. And it's like almost an elective thing to be able to hear.
Yeah, she's not getting like cosmetic veneers. Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is your health. Oh,
Yeah.
that's incredibly frustrating.
Okay, well, I just Googled it, it's just general thing, and it says it's not. It generally does not cover hearing aids or exams for fitting them. However, Medicare Part B may cover diagnostic exams. Whatever. The nut of it is, Medicare is shit when it comes to hearing problems. And think about how many people probably have, hearing problems as they age. It seems like a
Mhm.
very natural, normal thing that would be
Yep.
covered if you have lived to the great age of 65 and paid into taxes and lived as a good citizen of this country, maybe you deserve the right to be able to hear.
I
That's my
say
soapbox.
no thanks for the Medicare.
Well, but thanks for
Boo.
everything else. Thanks for everything else, but not for
Mhm.
that part of the Medicare. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Anyway, I had to get all those things. This is very appropriate for this moment that I'm having both in my life
Yeah,
and
absolutely it
yes.
is.
So should we get into the episode?
Yeah, let's take a bricky break and then jump right in.
God. Oh God.
So I don't think this episode was written by Mitchell Hurwitz, but
Mm.
there are so many great runners in this episode and
Yeah.
jokes, especially at the beginning, that feel like Mitchell Hurwitz jokes. Like they feel very Arrested Development. Like when Rose goes, "What do you think, Blanche? Am I through with my cycle?" And she's cleaning her exercycle.
Oh
And Blanche goes,
yeah.
"Well, I'd say menopause is a good guess. You're about as puffy as the Pillsbury Doughboy." And then and then she goes over and she's counting through a bunch of coins, and Sophia comes out and she's like, "What are you doing, Rose?" And Rose is like, "I was just going through the change." And Sophia's like, "That would explain the puffiness." Like, those to me feel like Mitchell Hurwitz jokes, those
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
really
play on
do. They're
words.
so good.
Also, Betty White, I think her Pillsbury Doughboy is probably the best I've ever heard. That's not the actual
Oh,
Pillsbury Doughboy.
No, I mean her little giggle, too cute. Like way too cute. Oh
It's
my
so
God.
cute. It's so
Loved
sweet.
it. I loved it.
So the women are doing spring cleaning, which I quick side note, Stan and I right now are in the middle of like trying to declutter
Yeah.
because when you have a kid,
Oh, I
they get
bet.
stuff
I
and
bet.
then they get more stuff.
I
And then they
mean,
get more stuff. I now understand now why some parents are like, "Hey, for our kid's birthday, don't don't buy any gifts. Everybody just
mhm.
bring a box and you're all going to make robots at the
Well,
birthday party cuz
let me
or
tell
like
you,
donate a book somewhere else, but don't bring another freaking thing into my house."
I can relate because I don't have a child, but I have a boyfriend and we have a massive I don't know if I don't think I can show you this on camera, but his sister brought a massive box of Barbies. Like a box that I could fit into probably. I think I could fit into that box. That's how big the
Wow.
box is of Barbies. So
Wow.
I can relate. I can relate.
Yeah. So they're doing spring cleaning. Very
Yeah.
relatable.
Also,
Rose.
about spring
Mhm.
cleaning, I do wanna say in my own soapbox, quite literally, in spring cleaning, I was cleaning the shower, right? And I don't clean the shower as much as I should, I'll admit that. And I was scrubbing. I was scrubbing in advance of having guests, you know? And, oh my god, I need to work out more because my arms were sore for
Mhm.
days from scrubbing, and it's not because of all the grime we had, don't go there. It just I don't think I don't think I meant to lift my arms for that long
Mhm.
as a
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Try holding a baby every
Oh,
day for many, many hours. Your arms will become very strong. I'll come
I
over and I'll
mean,
scrub. My arms will not hurt one bit. I'll come scrub next time.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you come scrub.
Yeah. I'll come scrub.
I want some scrubs.
I will scrub. So Rose finds one of Charlie's old cameras that still has a film roll in it. And when they get the photos developed, gasp, there is a photo of Blanche in bed with Charlie. So this is a moment between Dorothy and Rose, and I love it when Dorothy's like, "No, no, 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 this is wrong. Like Blanche isn't a slut." And then Blanche walks out. She's like, "Oh,
Oh
my
my god. But
back."
can we also talk about how, like, Rue McClanahan got svelte in the final season. I mean, she looked tiny, coming
Yeah.
out with her back thing. She was all it was so funny. And the outfit was so perfect with that multicolored sweater. Oh,
Hmm.
skinny mini.
I love that Dorothy becomes Rose's mouthpiece in this scene because we
Oh,
get
so
so many
funny.
great lines like, "You've landed on your back more than the American gladiators."
I
And
mean, but not even it isn't even so much what Dorothy says. Yes, those are very funny given, obviously. It's it's the sort of the pitter patter of Rose struggling to find it and then Dorothy
yeah.
begrudgingly going, "Oh, then a
Yeah.
nautical toilet, Rose." Like
Yes.
it's quite literally like that to me is the selling point is that it's not what she says, it's her annoyance at having to be so good.
I know. Well, this is such a precursor to Dorothy's stand-up comedy dream.
It is.
"You've been under more drunken sailors than a nautical toilet." She's like, it is. It's almost like she's like, "Oh, I have to lend my genius." Okay, you're right.
Oh,
It's like she's so put upon to be
let me
funny,
get
and
out
that
my
is very
Android
funny.
so I can record this.
Um, meanwhile, Dorothy thinks that Sophia is having a hard time hearing. We all know she's just messing with her.
Yeah.
Um, and so Dorothy insists on taking Sophia to the doctor. She calls her feeble, and Sophia has a great line that I'm surprised the word float didn't get a laugh, but it gets a laugh at the end. But she goes, "Listen, Dorothy, I may not have your gift for word jumbles or your ability to float." Again, I think that's so fucking funny. I can't believe there wasn't a
Yeah.
laugh right there. And she goes, "Or your way of making small children weep." That got a laugh. And
Yeah.
then Dorothy goes, "But," she goes, "or your butt, thank you." It is, again, like the jokes
You
in
know
this
what I think it
episode are
is?
so
Yes, so many
smart.
jokes. I think almost There almost were too many. Not, and I don't think that's a problem, but I think for the audience, I think they didn't know when to keep up. You know what I mean? Like they didn't know
Sure.
because the float one isn't as obvious. It's a thinker joke. It almost makes you go float. Oh, that's funny. Like you know what I mean? Like it gives you a second. You got to take a second to really get it.
Yeah. So Dorothy's basically like, look, you go get your hearing checked or I'll make life miserable for you. So
Hmm.
that's the mission that they are on. Um Meanwhile, we get when Blanche comes out into the kitchen with her three giant notebooks that
Oh my
detail
God.
all the men that she's been with since George died. How many men do you think are in those notebooks?
I mean, I don't know, but I think it's a lot. Wait, before we get to the notebook part though, we have that really funny bit of Sophia with the bugs in the bushes and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
which was so
Oh,
funny
yeah.
because she confuses. There's the president bit. I have the clip. I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna play the clip.
Let's play that moment.
Okay.
Hi, Ma. How are you? Are you happy today?
Oh my God, we're being bugged. Who is it? Immigration?
Ma, what are you talking about?
Happy? I'm happy, all right. Happy to be a citizen of the United States of America.
Ma, you are a citizen.
That's right, Dorothy. As far as we know, I am a citizen of the U.S. of A. Home of presidents like Ford, Lincoln. Help me out here, Dorothy.
Bush, Ma.
And Reagan.
I love.
It's so clever. It's
It's
so
so
clever.
clever. It's so clever. It's so clever, but it also fits the characters so well.
Mhm.
It almost harks back to like first season Sophia. It's just so good.
It's so good, and I feel like, and the whole reason why they, went to go Sophia has to go to this appointment is because, um, Dorothy's been wanting to take her to the Philharmonic to see
Yeah.
Beethoven's Sonata number 29 Under the Stars, which a little bit of foreshadowing with Beethoven,
Oh
who is deaf.
yeah.
Yeah, and Sophia doesn't want to go, and this is why Dorothy thinks she doesn't want to go. So yeah, that moment is so funny. Again, feels
What
like a
do
Mitchell
you
Hurwitz joke.
I was thinking about this the other day. Would I rather go blind or deaf? And because I don't care about music, really, I think I'd be okay being deaf. Now, it would put an end to my career as a podcaster, I feel. However, if it happens at a certain point, it's like, okay, forced retirement. I guess I got to read and write forever.
Mhm.
And I'd be
You
okay
could
with
still
that.
podcast.
I mean, I could, but it would be difficult because I couldn't hear myself or the other person,
Yeah, well,
which would make speaking even probably maybe difficult. Like I would know how
mhm,
to speak, but it would probably be, I mean, I'm not as well versed in how that whole, but I'm sure technology, whatever. So I do think deaf would be the route for me to go because
mhm,
blind, I mean, look at me. I got to be able to do this. So like, I feel like blind would be more of a shocking hindrance to me
mhm,
than deaf. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
mhm.
What would you do?
I don't know.
You never thought about it? You have to have thought about it.
No, I usually think about would I rather fly or be invisible? I think about like those
Wait, you think
superpowers.
about those, but you don't think about the real realities of deaf or blind.
No, not really.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think about all the things. I think about what I would do if I couldn't walk. I think about all the things that could potentially happen to me someday. I'm like, well, maybe. Well, how would I handle this?
Sure.
How would I go? How would I experience Disney like this? That's what I
You
think
know
about.
what? You know what I there are so many moments on the Golden Girls where I'm like, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall.
Hmm.
And one of those moments is the moment of discovery from the writers when they realized that for 7 seasons we have known Blanche Devereaux, that is her name, and they were able to organically make her initials B.E.D.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no way they were thinking that all the way
Well,
back
there's
in
another
season 1.
episode where she says her middle name, right? There's a different middle name early on, I believe.
Okay.
I've heard that. Wait, I'm gonna do Blanche's middle name because I think
It'll say Elizabeth.
I know it will, but I feel like there was a moment early on where we got or maybe a different initial or something. Oh yeah, because early on in a previous episode, it's Blanche Marie Hollingsworth.
Oh, okay.
And she changed it. So it is, there are some differences in the names, but trust me,
Sure, but being
I'm okay
able
with
to
it.
make that joke.
Let's say Elizabeth is her confirmation name. I'm game.
Sure. I do want to play this moment from the episode because it is so funny.
And I will say with this clip, I kept it a little bit longer because while it is so funny, it is Dorothy's face that makes me laugh the most in the end. So if you're able to watch, I would suggest watching. Here's the clip.
What do the gold stars mean?
I had a good time.
What do the silver stars mean?
I ran out of gold stars.
Wait a minute. If you didn't sleep with any of the men in these journals, then how come it says bed on the cover?
Oh, that doesn't say bed.
Right there, it does.
Oh, silly, those are my initials. Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux.
Your initials spell bed?
I mean, the fact that, because in this moment, the next bit, she just sort of carries on. Like, there's no one picks up and adds a joke to your initial spell bed, which I think is like what's so great about this show. This is the first episode of season 7. This is the premiere episode of the final season of The Golden Girls. And every single person in that audience, and likely watching on television at the time, knows exactly who this character is, knows exactly what the type of woman this character is. They don't even need the obvious punchline that would have probably followed that comment in season 1, season 2, season 3. Now it's just like all they need is Dorothy going, "Your initials spell bed," and everyone erupts.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. The audience erupts. I also think it was such a wild coincidence that Blanche happened to sleep with a traveling salesman named Chuck the same time Charlie happened to be on a business trip to Miami. Like, what are the odds?
Well, Charlie is a common name. So, like,
I know,
can
but
see
the
that.
lining up of her sleeping with one while
here's-
he was in Miami and it
here's
was
the
a
question,
traveling
though.
salesman?
I get, yeah, it's a coincidence. But, like, but also, I don't know. I do, because, like, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Does she have proof that Charlie was there that week? I don't think she does.
No, she remembers,
She doesn't have like a documented proof. She was like, I think
she
Charlie was
knows
there
that
around
like
that time.
it was like the spring of whatever year he
Yes.
was
Okay.
traveling
So
and
like,
went to Miami.
what we're working with here is Blanche sleeping with someone named Chuck within a large window of time that Charlie would have been in the area, which makes it more likely in the span of things for her to sleep with someone named Charlie. But what I do think is interesting is, while I can understand Rose being hurt by this, of course, and I can also understand, you know, yeah, I can understand her being hurt by Charlie and being depressed about all of this. I don't know if I completely, and I'm sure we talked about it on our first watch, but I don't know if I'm completely on board with her being upset with Blanche. Like, I'm just not. I get it makes it awkward. I get it makes it uncomfortable back and forth, but I think, and she would eventually, I feel like, get to this point, which I think she does in the episode, where she realizes it isn't Blanche's fault because they didn't know each other then. And she can't blame her for it, but yet it does change how she looks at her.
And I think too, for Rose, Charlie's no longer here. So she can't process this with Charlie.
Yeah.
So she is going to take it out on Blanche because she's processing this, and this is the only person who was a part of this thing that is so hurtful and devastating for her. So, and I think a part of her too, it's easier to get upset with Blanche because
Yeah, it
Blanche
is.
is known to love and be a lover of
She
men.
can take it out, and she can take it out on Blanche a lot easier because Charlie's not there.
Exactly. And I think for Rose too, it's so much harder for her to imagine that this is
Mhm.
something Charlie would do.
I
You
get all
know?
of that. I was thinking
Yeah.
watching it though, like if I was in Rose's situation, and I feel like for a lot of other gay dudes, if I was in that situation, my response probably would be like, "You too?" You know, like,
Compare
like I don't,
notes.
like I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I mean, maybe I would be hurt. I don't know. I don't be flippant. I don't want to be flippant about it because I don't know how I would feel. But I don't think I would react the way Rose is reacting. But I don't know.
Sure.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. How
I
would you
don't know if you
react? How would
noticed
you
this.
react? What would you
How
do?
would I
What would you
react?
do? That's from Easy A, Lisa Kudrow.
I
What would you
think,
think? What would you believe? What would
yeah,
you believe?
I think I would be really sad and upset. I don't know that I would be angry with my friend necessarily, but I may need some space from that friend for a while I
Yeah, I
worked
get
through
that.
it, and to say like, and I guess I would want to hear my friend's side of the story, because if my friend was like, oh,
What if there is no side of the story? What if it is like, I don't really remember him. He was just some guy I met, I slept with. We took this picture, I guess. Like, I
yeah,
mean,
but if my friend were like, look, I never would have gone to bed with a married man,
yeah.
so like, and if I would have felt like this person, or I just never asked and he never told me, like there's an assumption, you meet somebody at a bar, they invite you back to the hotel room, whatever, you're like, oh, this person must be single for like a one
Yeah.
night stand. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I would be upset with my friend, but I think I would need space probably
Space.
for a
That makes
while.
sense. Well, on
Um,
that, let's take
on that,
we should
sure,
take a break and then
yeah.
come back with more because it's time for that. Friend.
I don't know if you noticed this in the axe break moment, but when Blanche goes, oh my gosh, I must have slept with your husband, Charlie. There's one person in the audience, one woman who goes, ooh, like how exciting.
I didn't notice that. I didn't
No
know.
one else. And
Why
then it's
didn't you have
like,
me pull that clip?
I don't know. It's anyway, but it's, yeah.
Oh,
I wonder if I can pull it up on my phone. No. Maybe I
that's so
will
funny.
next commercial break if I can remember.
Wait,
But
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. You keep
okay, you
talking. I'll
pull up
pull
that
it up.
moment. So Dorothy, Sophia come back from the doctor, and it turns out Sophia's hearing is fine, but Dorothy's the one that needs a hearing aid. I love how Sophia's like, it's inherited, but it skips a generation.
She's
Skips.
so eager. She's like, skips.
She
It reminds me on the Housewives when Dorinda she's telling someone to shut up. Instead of saying shut up, she goes, clip, clip. And like, to me, that's Sophia going, switch, skips a generation. Skips a
skips.
generation.
It's like how Lala goes disengage. That's my Bravo. I don't know any Real Housewives. I also love, this is a style of Dorothy joke we've gotten a couple times on the show that I love, where she's like, look at her, the woman is hundreds of years old, she should be carbon dated. Like, I love those kinds of jokes where there's another one where she goes like, she doesn't leave fingerprints anymore, like when she makes jokes about how old Sophia is. Those jokes were so funny. She's
Wait,
hundreds, not
I
she's
have to
100 years old,
let's
she's
play
hundreds of years old.
let's play this moment of the whoosh. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
It's right there in the diary. I must have slept with your husband, Charlie.
Ooh. One person goes,
let's play it again.
ooh.
Let's play it again. Let's play it again.
In the diary, I must have slept with your husband, Charlie.
One person.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's so
God.
funny that you picked up on that. I never would have picked up on that. Wow.
It was, I always am always listening to that studio audience.
My favorite. Oh God, what is the episode? It's such a good episode. But there's one episode where there's a woman who has the funniest cackle I think I've ever heard in a television sitcom ever where I have to pull the mic away because it's just too much of a thing. She goes, it's so funny.
You've
I'll find the
definitely
episode.
called out
Yeah.
you notice a funny audience laugh for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've called those out before.
Yeah.
There's a great moment where I think it's like our late night cheesecake scene where Dorothy's struggling, she's dealing with aging and she's having a hard
Yeah.
time and she goes, "You know what's young to be now? 40." And Blanche goes, "Oh, aren't you sweet?" Which is like I was like, that's you and I every day saying that we're
It really,
22 or 28,
I
however old we are.
I think who did I say that to? I think it was last week's episode with Billy where he said his age and I admitted that I was older than him, but not, you know what I'm saying? And yeah,
I
I
know, did
find
he?
uh, he doesn't need to know, He doesn't need to know. He knows.
Did he think it was a riddle where you're trying to tell him you were a time traveler or a
It's my
ghost?
favorite thing. I mean, I have lied about my age in so many publications in so many different ways, and I really want it to be very confusing when I die. I want so many documented moments of me saying a different age in different years that no one can trace when I was born.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like when Blanche's obituary comes out.
Yeah, yes, that's what I want.
Nobody
That's
can
all I
figure it out.
want. That is all I want in my life. That's all I want.
So I love, let's see. So Rose is still struggling to get over what Blanche did. So Dorothy
Yeah.
urges her to sit down a list of everything she likes about Blanche, which I actually think is a really good idea because I think Rose has to be reminded, like,
Mhm.
this woman is my friend. This woman didn't do this to me. This happened before we
Yes.
were friends. And I think that's a really good reminder. So I feel like that was really, really good advice.
But also
Um,
too, I mean, it maybe forces you to sort of look at your husband in a different way and your entire relationship and
yeah.
what it says about it just says so much. I can't imagine what that must be like to have to sort of contend with something like that and you get zero closure from it because the person who you need the most closure from is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too, like, and I'm sure people have had similar situations where, you know, you have these like gigantic realizations that put your relationship with someone, be
Mhm.
it a friend, like a partner, a family member, that it's almost like a Hitchcock vertigo shot where everything
Mm.
suddenly comes into focus and
Yeah.
then you suddenly look back on everything and it's like in a whole new light and it really does like rock your world, like it rocks your
Well,
foundation because you're like what was I living this whole time? You know what I mean?
living with that kind of uncertainty and then finding stuff. I mean, I was talking to something about something like this to a friend recently, where I was talking about my mom being adopted and sort of all of the unknowns around that, and you get no
Mhm.
closure in the questions you ask and all of the things, and you really, in a weird way, and I just really commend people who are in those kind of situations because I feel like for a lot of them, they have to get to a place of real peace and contentment with the unknown.
Mhm.
Real peace of just sort of like, I need to keep going. I have to live with this reality and make the
Mhm.
best of it. And that, God bless, because that's more than I think I would be able to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Um when Blanche comes in when Dorothy's standing with her arms out under the Christmas sign and Sophia goes, "Oh, I'm having a vision." I have to say I love Blanche's cream
Oh,
colored outfit
yeah.
with lots of jewelry. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I did think it was insensitive for Blanche to say she probably forgot about Charlie because he was lousy in bed.
I don't. Because let's be real. Blanche thinks Charlie was probably lousy in bed because that's probably why she doesn't remember Charlie. Like,
I
in
know, but she
Blanche's
shouldn't
in Bla
say it to
well, she
Rose.
didn't say it to Rose. She didn't say that to Rose. She said it to the
Oh, did she said
girls.
it to Dorothy and Sophia, right,
Yeah,
right.
she would never say that to Rose, but she said it to the girls in the other room before she went into Rose to apologize to Rose more. Like, so
Mhm.
I get why she would say, and that's the kind of thing I would say, like, to my close friend, like to my close friends, like to my
Just like
safe
safe space.
We can say inappropriate things here. Like, this is fine. Like, you, Elliot, Alaska, Michael, like Naomi, those people I can be the most inappropriate with.
I really
And
hope people are watching the video version of this, because the way that you are gesticulating with your like, you're very animated. It's almost like you're a
Oh.
cartoon villain creeping up.
But it's true. You know, we all have, I hope you all have, listening or watching, you have those circles of people that you can just be the most inappropriate with, because in a weird way, I think it keeps you from being inappropriate in lots of other places. You know what I mean?
For sure.
If you get it out to those
Stan
close
and I,
people.
yes, when Stan and I and a small group of our friends watch like reality TV, we used to watch like Survivor, The Bachelor, whatever. It's like, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
We're gonna be assholes. This is a safe space. We're never gonna say this outside of this group.
Yes, you need that. You need those
Yeah.
people in your life. Find those people and you will be happy. That's my life advice.
We do finally get Rose, a moment where Rose gets to have one of Dorothy's incredible insults when Rose says to Blanche, "As much as I cared about Charlie, I care about you too. You're like a sister to me, and I can't throw that away. So I forgive you for being a moralless, emotionally needy man leech with an airbag in her headboard." Oh, Rose finally found her words.
How long do you think she thought of that line, though? Like, how long do you, I feel like I feel like if ChatGPT had existed in the era of this episode, Rose would have ChatGPT'd an insult, and she would have just, like, on her hand been like, you you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yes, I feel like she thought about it for a minute.
Yeah, I think she's probably spent half the day
Yeah,
coming up
yeah.
with that, is my guess.
Fully.
So Blanche accepts the apology. They go to tear up the pictures. That's when they discover that the photos are double exposures.
Yeah.
And I love when Dorothy's going through, she's going, here's Blanche with, the what's the Jamboree band or whatever from Disney, like the Country Time Bears or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, "Do you realize what this means?" Rose goes, "My God, you're an animal."
Now, okay, there is, after this moment, you didn't ask me to pull this clip, but I pulled this clip because,
Okay.
and I said it a lot during this episode, but I encourage you now to, if you can, maybe after you've listened to this, go watch this episode on Patreon or YouTube. But like, there's a face that Blanche makes after the series of lines after this little bit that is so indicative of Blanche, it's just so Blanche that it makes me so very happy. I'm gonna play this little clip and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute, what were you doing taking pictures of yourself in bed?
You've seen her Christmas cards.
She makes this little face. I want to see if I can pull it up for you. She makes this little face that is just so like little girl hee she is so giddy. She is so, and I'll put this in the video in post, but like it is so, she's so giddy, she's so that it makes me laugh. And also I relate to that face so much because I do that face in my everyday life so often. Whenever I do or say something inappropriate. This morning I was on Sirius XM, Radio Andy. Julia Cunningham has a great show, and I do it sometimes, and it's all about pop culture stuff. And I find that when I do either her show or John Hill's show, that when I say something inappropriate, like today I was talking about how much I'm kind of over Rob Roush and I want him to go away and stop doing makeup stuff and like just exist as a hot dude. You don't need to go to be in the Sephora ads or whatever. And I said all this sort of like really shady stuff. And every time I did it, I was always like, like I was just so
like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, I was so like that I relate to her face doing that so much. 'Cause that's so much about what I do.
I love that. You've got,
Yeah.
I mean, you always say you got some Blanche in you.
I do.
Yeah.
In many ways.
So yeah, this thing that, again, if they had just flipped through like 2 more photos, they probably would
Just
have
2
figured it
more.
out.
And how did
And this whole thing
curiosity
could have
not
been
make them
avoided.
do that? Like, that to me, like, curiosity to me would make them want to do that. But I guess not.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the other women may have thought like it wasn't their place, like unless Rose wanted to show it to them, you know.
Yeah, true.
So, and then in the end, Dorothy, I love the way this episode ends. Dorothy gets the hearing aid. Sophia got them Philharmonic tickets. They're gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
I
But you know what
really love
also?
the end. It's so incredibly sweet.
I'm kind of bummed that, to me, the obvious joke was never made, that why did it matter that why did Dorothy ever worry about anybody noticing hearing aid when she's quite literally wearing a helmet of hair? Like, her hair is so set that nobody ever sees her ears. I don't know. Her ears have not been seen since 1973. And she is so concerned about this hearing aid. I mean, I get vanity. Trust me. I understand it. But
Yeah,
like,
and I think it's also like just it's like knowing that you have it. I think it's also just like a mental thing of
I
like
get
it's
it.
mental
Yeah.
where she like just the idea. So she's really fighting against the idea of having to wear one.
I get it. I
Yeah.
feel
And
that
that's the
way
episode.
every single time I'm in drag and I have to put on so many things to look skinny. And then I look at someone like Naomi Smalls or our dear boss, Alaska Thunderfuck, and go, why are you so skinny?
Mm.
Why are you so perfect? And I have to wear all of these things to look a little bit skinny.
Mhm.
So I understand it. I understand it.
Yeah,
I understand it. I
sure.
understand. I understand. That's my version of a hearing aid. Should we take a break and come back with some golden takeaways?
Yes, let's.
Okay, bye, but we'll be back. And we are back with our golden takeaways, which is a nugget of truth that you can use to apply to your life or the lives of our listeners. Kerri, what's your golden takeaway?
I think I'm gonna get like a disposable camera because I miss having those types of pictures.
You want me to take a picture of you?
Sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I'm just gonna get a disposable camera and take a roll and then like bring it to Walgreens.
Yeah, you should. I mean, this isn't a disposable. This is one of
Oh, it's
those
a
like,
film camera.
yeah, it's a film camera, but like, here, smile, Kerri, smile big. Okay, hold on. There we go. You're not going to like this picture. And then I'm going to print it. And by the end of this episode, maybe it will be able to be seen. I don't know,
Hey.
but we'll see. Well, it's coming out
All right.
soon, in a second.
What's your golden takeaway?
Well, my golden takeaway from this episode is, well, watch it come out a little bit.
Very fun.
Yeah, fun, right? It's fun. It's fun. It comes out and then it has to do its thing and make it visible. So maybe by the end you'll see it. My golden takeaway from this episode is that I think that you should let curiosity be the driving force of most situations, because sometimes, sure, curiosity might have killed the cat, but guess what? Curiosity also could have saved the cat. And I don't know how, don't ask me to explain that analogy, I just said it, but I think curiosity would have prevented a lot of heartache, trauma, stress in this episode, because we don't know how many days Rose was
I'm gonna say it was
distraught.
I'm gonna say it was a week.
Okay, a week. That is a week of this woman's life. And let's be real, she's not young. So a week is a lot. That's a lot of time that's a lot of time to have that trauma, to have that whirlwind of stuff. We don't need that. When you could have just gone, okay, there you go. That makes sense. You can't see it yet, but here, I'm going to do here. It's kind of coming through. Look at you.
It's kind of
Look
coming
at you.
through. I
Look
see
at
it. I
you.
see hair.
Yeah,
I see hair on that Polaroid.
I see hair on the Polaroid. That's my golden takeaway. Curiosity. Just have fun with it, but be appropriate, but have fun with it.
I love that. Yeah, this was a fun one. I love this episode. I hope everybody else loves this. Let us know what you guys think of this episode. I think it's so freaking funny.
I agree.
But yeah, it's a great one. And thank you all so much for listening and hanging out with us this week. And we will be back here next week for more Golden Girls greatness. And be sure to
go
check
to
us
the
out
Rusty
over.
Anchor. Yeah,
Yes,
because
be
of the
sure
pictures.
to go over the Patreon. We're gonna show pictures. We're gonna
I have a picture
talk
that
about
I'm
stuff.
gonna show. That's very inappropriate. It has.
Great.
I'm not gonna show the nudity, but there is a part of it that I have to do like that because there's nudity involved.
Okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
And when I say like that, it's gonna be like that.
Wow. All right. Well, everybody go on over to the Patreon to see what that's all about.
That's how you tease.
Which you can do at patreon.com/goldengirlspodcast.
Yeah, and we're a part of Moguls Media, so go support Mommy Plus, and you can also follow us on social media at Golden Girls Pod on the Twitter, out on the Lanai Official on the Instagram, Golden Girls Pod on Facebook, and I'm HAlanScott / Sadie Pines on everything. And before we go, I do want to say, don't stop listening yet, which you probably already stopped. If you haven't, comment and let us know. But that I'll be at the Murder She Wrote Festival. When you're listening to this, it'll be the next weekend. So follow along, and I'll be posting stuff to the Patreon, to my social media, and other places about. And we'll do a Murder She Wrote thing. But there's a lot going on this weekend with Murder She Wrote, so I will be there.
People are very, very excited that you're going, and I'm sure we'll be following your Instagram.
It's going to be fun.
And if you guys want to do something else nice for the podcast, you can leave us a rating and review. It really, really helps us and allows more people to find our podcast.
That's so true. And remember,
as always,
stay golden.
Ooh, I'm coming together.
You're coming together. How does it feel? This is your therapy.
Out on the Lanai is not endorsed by Whit Thomas Harris Productions, Touchstone Television, Disney, or any of its subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
All names, pictures, audio, and video clips of the Golden Girls are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and/or copyright holders.